Symposium. This is the first at the University of Michigan. And thank you all for spending your precious Saturday to come to the symposium. My name is Yin-Long Q, and I'm an associate professor in ecology and evolutionary biology. And I'm the chair of the organizing committee of the symposium, also chair of the steering committee of this faculty-sponsored initiative at the university. So you all probably will be a little surprised to wonder what is green life science, right? And I think our older name will be called botany or plant sciences, plant biology and all that. But now you can see in science we very much talk about life science when we have such a thing on campus. So we didn't invent this name. So I look up on the internet. I think it was copied from the University of Amsterdam. They have a green life science program. I think this is a strategy to get students interested in the topic. So here's the definition. And I think formally, probably we focused more on studies of plants, algae, and microbes for their forms, functions, genetics, ecology, and evolution. And I would say now for this new definition, maybe we should emphasize a little bit more on their use of in our society. And because formally, the study of the use of the plants and the related organisms will be more in the land-grant institutions for agriculture, and maybe in pharmacy for drug discovery and all that. So that, we can see from all the speakers' talks today. So at the University of Michigan, actually, we have about 50 faculty and 40 tenure and tenure track distributed across 20 departments/units in 6 colleges or schools. We offer at least 40 courses. Actually, the real number is a lot larger than that, but this number come from the collection from the faculty who participate in the initiative directly. So in terms of number of students, you can see it's a big question mark there. And that is actually one of the major reasons we have these initiatives and we have the symposium. And I think when I look at the registration, 60–70% of the people who registered are students. And you can see on Saturday morning, it's a little hard for them to get up. And I think they show up probably before the lunch break. So this is a long list of all the units that we have faculty, research scientists, and many of them have a student program. On the bottom, you can see, and actually UM is one of the few largest universities that have the largest infrastructures for green life sciences. It's a very impressive list. And I think this resource can be much better used. So that gets to the question, why we have this Green Life Science Symposium now? So we've had this initiative for 3 or 4 years, I think back in 2014. And we were asked by the program in biology, which manages a plant biology major, say, you guys either need to improve this major or get rid of it. So that's a sort of catalyst to get us think and to take some actions. But in a larger picture at the University of Michigan, which is a world-class teaching and research university, so you can see there's a deep reform underway for both teaching curriculum and a research program to really meet the challenge of developing a global knowledge economy. Because as myself, as somebody originally from China but trained in this country, and every year when I go to conferences across the globe, and I can see that a need. And we have a large number of students now interested in the topic. But the University of Michigan is more of a liberal arts university. And so traditionally, we were, many of us, and I think myself included, probably was more or less very comfortable with a life and a career in ivory tower. And I think now there's a national debate, about, how we can translate our pure science into not just educating our students, but also making their relevance known to the society. And at the NIH and NSD, USDA or other agencies, they already very much emphasize translational research. But NSF, that's more of a pure science. So for pure science in College of Literature, Science, and Arts at the university, And so that's a challenge for us. And on the campus, we do have one of the largest and the best medical school and a pharmacy college. And we also have a school of environment and sustainability. So they very much are up front, at the front for health and environmental sciences. So I think our intention and goal is to bring faculty across such a large campus from very diverse departments together under one intellectual umbrella to have exchange of ideas and promote collaborations for both research and teaching, and then perhaps later apply for more joint grants focused both on teaching and training. So to that end, that's why you can see for the keynote speech, we have Professor Cornelius Barry from Michigan State, who has a very successful teaching and training program, in addition to the top-notch research. So with all that, I'd like to acknowledge all the units that have supported the symposium, and we have several very capable and staff. And Carol Solomon, particularly, who you see, who manned a booth at the registration. So with very few people, and we made this happen. So finally, I thank my colleagues in the organizing committee, and Stephen Boyder, and Jonathan Combs, and Steve Clark. And thank you very much.